Hello everyone, it's Peter here with GoodyReader.com, and we're going to look at the Sony DPT-CP1 finally. This is the review. We're just going to look at the hardware and then dive on in. This thing is scary light. It's really tiny. It's a 10.3. You can see you can hold it by its absolute corner with ease, and it holds the whole thing up. It's very lightweight. Unfortunately, it is not the same size as an actual piece of paper like the 13.3 was, so everything's scaled down a little bit. You have the NFC logo up top, you have all the fun stuff happening up here, you have the hard reset button, you have the micro USB, and you have the power button with a small little indicator. You have the Sony logoing on the back. It's also a little bit right there, you see some geometric kind of tapering going on. It's a very simple design. This one is made in China, unlike the S1 and the early RP ones that were made in Japan. This one is made in China, and it does not have a glow light. You have a single button up top there that allows you to go home like you just saw there. Looking at the home screen, it's very interesting because, well, there is no home screen. This is the home screen, or arguably, I guess, that is. The home screen is whatever document that you're on. So you see you have return to document, all documents. If you click on that, basically goes to your library, so to speak. You can only run PDFs on this. You can't run EPUB, MOBI, JPEGs, nothing else. You also have folders. You can make different folders, you know, your work folders. You can have, like, you know, studies, work, etc. You have all notes, so this is something that we'll touch on in a bit. This is your note page where you make all your notes. Create new note, creates new note. Under settings, here's what we have. We have Wi-Fi turn off and on, Bluetooth, NFC, start, Wi-Fi access port information, system settings. We'll just click on this real quick. We're not going to go through every single one of these. You have pen calibration, screen lock, control, server settings. So this is for basically linking digital paper to a system. So if you have like a localized system for a law firm or you know, a professional business kind of thing, that's what that'll do. About this device and regulatory information. This one button will be your go-to. You also have the Setup Digital Paper app, which you actually have to do via your computer. Checking out the stylus, it's very nice. You have these two buttons. One is an eraser, one is a highlight button for highlighting things in PDFs. You have your nib. This nib does wear down like a pencil nib, so you do have to replace them. You do get a couple replacements with the device when you buy it. This, unlike the S1, does need to be charged via the micro USB right here. You'll need to pop the back off and charge that. There is no loop on your device. You simply have a magnetic snap that snaps into place like so. Here's an example note that was left on the device when you get it, but we're just going to swipe to the right to create a new note. And what that basically does when you swipe is creates a new page. So very simply, it does have palm rejection technology, so you can rest your finger and your hands on the device while you write. Now, it doesn't have pressure sensitivity, and that's very important to note, because what you have to do is go up here to the top and choose the thickness of your pen every single time you want to change it. That can get a little bit annoying, so you do have to keep that in mind. You do have an eraser function, although it's not an isolated erasing function, which basically means if I make a square and, you know, I keep drawing the same thing and I finish my beautiful, really ugly house and I erase any part of it, it all goes away. So it's basically stroke by stroke. So if I make my house like that, I then go stroke by stroke to erase it. So that's also really important to know. This thing does have multiple colors, and when I mean colors, it's blue and red. It doesn't show up on the device, of course, but you'll see that the red is going to be grayed out and the blue will not. So when you export your PDF, it will this will be in blue and this will be in red if you want to make notes on like a student's paper or whatnot. There is a lot of staining on this device. You'll see right there that is erased. You have to go to a new page and maybe go back to it to refresh it a couple times, then the staining goes away. Clicking on the top left, you have your recently read, and clicking on the three dots, you have a whole bunch of things here. Page thumbnails, page jump, two-page spread, and display documents side by side, which we're going to show you right now. Display documents is personally my favorite aspect of this device, and this is an incredible feature. Basically what I have here is my PDF on the left, and I can change pages all the same. left and right, up and down, and on my right I have my notepad, and I can change pages on here. So this is page 2 out of 4, and just for the sake of this review, I'm going to write page 2, so we know that. And then on this one, what I can do is also write page 2. Oops, I messed up there. That's one of the worst 2s I've ever seen. Wow, there you go, Peter. So you do have to press and tap on each of these individually to get the bar to show up each time. And the pen stroke is going to be respective to the thing that you're working on. For example, the pen thickness over here is thin, the pen thickness over here is very thick because that's what I've set it to. There is no pinching and zooming or anything. You will have to click the little tap the circle to the area in which you want to zoom, and you can only do that once, so you can't go any further than that, and then you press exit and it bounces back. So that's a little bit of a drawback, that there's no actual pinch and zoom on here, which I would have liked to see. But it really cool is that when I turn pages, I can press the highlight button and highlight what I want to see on my PDF, and I can highlight multiple times, and every time you highlight it gets darker and darker. You can see there, so there's various shades of monochrome, and over here I can make notes, so I can say, oh, the highlighted part is very important, you know, put a star next to it, etc. And if I change pages, this doesn't change, so I can change pages, each one of them, as many times as I want. So this is one of the most useful features in this whole device, I personally think. And you can change whatever document you want by clicking here, and then you can go through your list of documents. Right now I have the basic operation guide on the left and the note sample on the right. And you have the usual settings like change document name, delete this document, area selection, insert new page, delete current page, and so forth. Deleting current page, just would you like to delete the page? It goes away and now you're 3 out of 3. But to create a new page, you simply swipe to the right and you can create basically as many pages as you wish. You might look at it as a little bit of a drawback that you can't use anything but PDFs, and I would basically agree with that. It is a major drawback. There's no real reason why you can't have multiple formats on here, but one of the things is because this is a PDF only device. And what I mean by that is anytime you load a PDF in and you open it, you can draw on it. Just like that. You load it in, you draw. You load it in, you draw. Boom, it's done. You can do the same functions on every single PDF. If there's text, you can highlight it. You sure can bet your nilly you can highlight it. I don't know what that means. You can highlight it multiple times like I just showed you, and if there's anything that you see on the screen, all you do is draw on it. That's why they don't have any other format. They keep it simple, and they keep it so that no matter what you do, when you load in a PDF, even just a big white space, you can draw on it just like you would on an actual notebook, and that's what they're going for on this. Now, there's no glow light on this, and this is the wrap up here. There's no glow light on this, so this really is a huge drawback because we're 2018, halfway through the year, and they released this device with no glow light. Yes, it keeps production costs down, but basically it cuts this usability of the device in half. So when nighttime comes, you either have to turn on the lights in your room or you can't use this device because it's black and white. There's no glow light, there's no front light, no back light, nothing. Also, to load anything onto here or to even use the Wi-Fi, you really have to use the Sony app that comes bundled with it, sorry, that is Setup Digital Paper app right here. You have to use this app in order to really do anything with this device. It's super closed off. It's not running Android in the sense where you can sideload in APKs or anything like that. You can't run any other formats. There's a lot going for this in the negative corner, but the positive corner is that it's high quality, it works. You load in a PDF and you can scribble on it anytime. If you guys want to see anything else on this, let us know. We're doing many videos on this, so if there's something in this review that you did not see, don't worry about it. We will touch on it, or we will do a request video for you guys on YouTube. But for now, CP1, this is Peter with GoodyReader.com.